More and more examples are showing up in the media, newspapers, and in TV about bipolar disorder. It's recently been connected with Britney Spears. People believe she has bipolar disorder. Here, we don't believe in that label. It's very important to make this clear. It's connected with mood swings. Now, in your everyday life, you'll have ups and downs. When you're happy, when you're sad. But when we talk about bipolar disorder, we're talking about very serious changes in mood patterns. Now, what causes these changes in your mood is the chemicals in your brain. They're responsible for this. Now, it used to be called manic depressive, and it had two parts. It had mania and depression. The mania describes the highs that one would feel. You have lots of energy, be ready to do things, constantly moving. They're excited, they're awake, they have energy. And make quick decisions and be very focused. A problem with that is people tend to gamble or spend their money recklessly. So mania was the high. Now we'll talk about depression, which is the low. And again, you can experience these in your everyday life, but we're talking about the extreme versions of these feelings. Some people tend to binge eat or not eat at all. They're unhappy every single day. They think about suicide or death often. Now again, everybody experiences being depressed once in a while, but people who have bipolar disorder experience this feeling on a daily basis, and it's much worse. And there's a higher suicide rate with people who have bipolar disorder. It's 1 in 5. The reason for this could be they don't take their medicine. Now, everyone who has bipolar disorder isn't going to look the same. It's going to be different for each individual. Some people experience the high for a week, 2 weeks, maybe even a couple months. But then eventually they will hit their plateau and start feeling that depression again. And again, there's no telling how long that depression is going to last them. It's possible that they could feel both in the same day. It's hard to tell if people have bipolar disorder. Some people will use alcohol or drugs to cope with their feelings. Remember, that's a chemical imbalance in one's brain. It'll never go away, but you can learn to control it. You can use medication to control it. It's important to take your medicine every day. And find the right match. It's just because the medication works for one client doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for another. And it's helpful if you get on a routine where you go to bed every night at the same time and you get up at the same time every morning. And exercise is also very critical to controlling these feelings and having a support system. It helps to have people who know the signs. Your family and friends are very crucial to your success. Then you can discuss with them what you're feeling and what you're going through. And it's also helpful to try to keep your stress down. That's hard to do sometimes, but do what you can. Make sure to eat right and on a regular basis. People with bipolar can be violent or feel stupid. Many of these things. But there's really not a connection between them. There are quite a few famous people who've had bipolar disorder. You can live a normal, happy life with bipolar disorder.